Today we're going to talk about 10 traits that might indicate a personality disorder. And the reason we're doing this is so that you can get a good indication of what a personality disorder looks like overall for many different kinds, because there are different kinds of personality disorders. So throughout your lifetime, you're likely to encounter several people within your family, relationships, friendships, and even work environments who have a personality disorder. As a general rule, people with personality disorders can be difficult to get along with or to even maintain a healthy relationship with. They can be argumentative, stubborn, and frustrating, even if there is a lack of understanding about what a personality disorder means or how it manifests in an individual. A person with a personality disorder has an inaccurate perception of reality, which is pervasive in every environment, and is not usually diagnosed until 18 years old. However, there is a previous history of 5 years giving indications that this person has a personality disorder before their formal diagnosis that can still help those around them to identify the issue. While there are several other personality disorders that are not listed in the DSM, such as passive-aggressive and depressive personality disorder, the main ones are antisocial, narcissism, borderline, histrionic, obsessive-compulsive, paranoid, schizoid, schizotypal, dependent, and avoidant. In order to help identify someone who may have a personality disorder, here are 10 signs that you can look at. Number 1, multiple misunderstandings. A person with a personality disorder often hears intentions that you might not have expressed, meaning that they will often perceive an ulterior meaning to what you're saying. A narcissist will hear how you idealize them when they are not really ideal, while an avoidant will hear that you hate them when you really don't. Whatever the internal dialogue is within the personality disorder's person's mind, for instance, insecurity, superiority, or emotion, is what they may project onto you as what you're saying about them. So multiple misunderstandings is number 1. Number 2, major misperceptions. Because of the misperceptions, personality disorder people have a significant misperceptions about their relationships with you and their place in society. People with histrionic personality disorder are famous for becoming besties the moment they meet you, and they lack any awareness that you might not have the same feeling towards them. So number 2 is major misperceptions. Number 3, spoiler alert. A spoiler is a person who hijacks your fun. They can do this by ruining a surprise, guessing the end of a movie, pointing out unrealistic risks to inhibit your activities, and ending a good time by generating unnecessary drama. This is done to center the attention on just how smart or right they may be, which is a classic obsessive-compulsive and narcissistic behavioral trait. So spoiler alert is number 3. Number 4, no does not mean no. Overstepping boundaries is a typical sign of a personality disorder. Instead of recognizing that you have a right to set your own limits, they routinely override any boundary that is not to their liking. Antisocials and borderlines do this for different reasons. Most of the time, a person who has borderline personality disorder is unaware that they have overstepped, while a person who has antisocial disorder takes pleasure in overstepping. So number 4, no doesn't mean no. Number 5, plays the victim card. In an effort to evade responsibility, a personality disorder person will play the victim card or bring up events from their childhood or trauma to justify their behavior. It is one thing to have a traumatic event that impacts a person, triggering a PTSD response, but it is an entirely different matter to use that event to gain control, take advantage of another, manipulate others, or escape responsibility. People who have paranoia, or dependent or antisocial do this on a regular basis. Number 5 is play the victim card. Number 6, relationship imbalance. Some of the personality disorders have too intense relationships, such as borderline, histrionic, and dependent, while other personality disorders completely lack intimacy, like narcissists, avoidant, schizoid, schizotypal, obsessive-compulsive, and antisocial. Either way, there is no balance within the relationship. Either they are too enmeshed or completely lack intimacy. Number 6 is relationship imbalance. Number 7, no progress. There is not a lot of growth for a person who has a personality disorder. They can change, but the change is prolonged and time-consuming. Most personality disorders don't ever stop being a personality disorder, with the exception of people who have borderline personality disorder. This is the only personality disorder that research has shown can and does improve with specific types of therapy. Number 7 is no progress. Number 8, blame shifting. When a personality disorder enters therapy with a significant other, like you, they are very quick to paint a pristine image of themselves while making you look crazy. Obsessive compulsives will even come in with a list of faults and hand it to the therapist with all their flaws of you exposed. When confronted with their own errors, they are quick to blame you or other people. Number 8 is blame shifting. Number 9, blatant lies. It is one thing to create a white lie to protect the feelings of you. It is something that a personality disorder doesn't normally do. But it is another thing to blatantly lie to protect themselves. This is done to self-protect because a person with a personality disorder cannot admit the problem resides within them. If they do, it is over-dramatized to the point of ridiculousness in an effort to reel you back in. Antisocial's lies are the most harmful because they usually result in a traumatic event for you. Number 9 is blatant lies. Number 10 is distortion of life. Both schizoid and schizotypal have a distorted view of life and their place within it. They tend to see the world through a prism where things are not exactly what they seem. There is a lot of fantasizing about a world that is not really based in reality. So number 10 is distortion of life. Let's review these again. Number 1, multiple misunderstandings. Number 2, major misperceptions. Number 3, spoiler alert. Number 4, no doesn't mean no. Number 5, plays the victim card. Number 6, relationship imbalance. Number 7, no progress. Number 8, blame shifting. Number 9, blatant lies. And number 10, distortion of life. So while any of these 10 signs may indicate that a person has a personality disorder, remember that they must be an adult and diagnosed by a therapist to confirm the disorder. If you had any concerns about your friends or family members, please seek help and speak to a professional before drawing any hasty conclusions about a person.